Rakesh Shaunak, the chair of MHA, joins us now. Rakesh, thank you for being with us this morning.
Pleasure.
So looking at your results, the first, again, since you came to market here, looks like growth was pretty broad-based across all of the sectors you operate in, offices, sectors, services. Talk us through the trends that you're seeing here, especially at a time when we're all trying to understand the impact of AI on businesses like yours.
Yes, absolutely. Growth was across the piece. All our sectors and our service lines, we go to market on the basis of sectors, and service lines support the sectors, the advisory piece, if you like, and quite a spread geography as well. So growth across all those. Some of our geography is new. Some of our locations are new, which means the brand going in and offering the range of services meant the growth was there. It's a period of uncertainty, and clients are turning to us more and more for the advice. There's a sense of deja vu here because we actually IPO'd or just before Liberation Day, and what's happening around the corner today, all the uncertainty there. I think the fundamentals are very strong, and we feel that we're well positioned to go forward.
Can you comment on how you think about the net impact of AI on professional services? Because clearly, on the one hand, you can see how it would help your business drive efficiencies, improve productivity, but the same can also be said of the clients that employ your services, which can be a potential negative, big headwind for your business.
We see AI as very positive. I've always described what we do, it's very simplistic, as collect data, analyze data, and then do clever things with it, where you don't collect data anymore because you manage it and govern that. AI is coming on the analytics piece, which means time's freed up to do the clever stuff, the value-add stuff that clients really want us to do. So what will happen is AI, absolutely, there will be an impact on resourcing, human resourcing, but it's the grade of people. So we may not take more junior people on. We'll have a different training pathway so that people come in more to interpret what AI is doing, and we have Gen AI and agentic AI and all that stuff, which comes into the report writing. But as we all know, AI has its limitations at the moment. You need the big data pool, you need the all the checkpoints and what have you. And whilst that's building up, AI has its limitations. So you need that human intervention. So we'll need to continue to employ people. So yes, AI will have an impact, but I think a positive impact because the client is getting a much better end product. We're having more fun actually delivering that. And so the skill set won't be about, the road, go in, if you look at our audit business, go in and test X number of transactions. It'll be look at the population, what's happening, what's that telling you, and then deliver the message. So when we take people on now, even now, we're more interested in that interpersonal element. Are people able to deliver that message, and are they analytical? Can they actually interpret what that model's doing for them?
To the point around the complexity of tax, and for me, looking and using AI platforms to understand tax, it's around cross-border. So if you want to invest in another country or put into platforms to see what the tax implications are, and these are fairly basic searches, fairly basic information that can be put together for AI. Does the AI stop what could be basic conversations that you would have with companies that would be looking to invest across border? Is that where the first implication is?
It is an implication, but we, the work we do is not a commodity-based approach. It's the advisory piece. So whilst we can compile the benchmarking, for example, for transfer pricing or other forms of tax legislation, double tax treaties and what have you, we go way beyond that. So what we're doing is looking at that. AI searches that, puts it all together, and then a human comes in, looks at it, and actually delivers the result.
How do you think training is influenced by AI? Because I mean, back in the day when I was studying accounting, and this was at school, even pre-university days, we'd sit there with a P&L statement and a balance sheet. I mean, it was laborious. It was probably the most boring thing I've ever done in my life. Yeah, in year 12, I did accounting. And you would be going through every single line item. I can never get a balance sheet to balance, which is probably why I'm not an accountant, my sister is. But, it was difficult and it was boring. It's hard to see that people opt to do that in future if AI is really going to do a lot of this for you. So do you see the training being influenced by AI?
Oh, totally. I mean, our training is going to be completely different. You've hit the nail on the head, really. I think accounting for very long was seen as that sort of boring profession where you went in.
Poor accountants who are watching this show between the two of you.
My sister is an accountant, so
I'm defending the future of accounting, if you like. So That was, there was a piece around that. But what AI has done is it actually changed the narrative. And what it's now saying is, it's not about that. It's about interpreting, doing clever things with it, producing reports that one wouldn't necessarily have been able to do because, you're relying on your data pool. Whereas now, to your point, you can go much wider and search things much deeper.
Rakesh, fascinating learning about Karen's evolution as a financial journalist, but also learning about MHA, of course. There's a contradiction running through this sector from what you inhabit, and that is it is dominated by four big players, the advisory side of things, the big four. And yet, as you note further down in your results statement today, there is still a very fragmented advisory and accountancy sector out there as well. So MHA's position, I think, is fascinating because you want to be an accumulator of the right assets to get rid of some of that fragmentation. But on the other hand, you've got these big four at the top as well. So just talk us about the pecking order or where you see your major opportunity that the big four aren't going to be taking part in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very shrewd observation. So I always describe where we sit as a white space between the big four and the smaller firms, which gives us the best of both worlds, really, because it means that we're there, with our sort of global Baker Tilly incarnation. Yes. We're there pitching for work in that larger space, but equally, we're there looking after clients, seeking to look after clients of the smaller firms who don't have the international reach and the footprint. And absolutely, our acquisitions will be very selective. It'll be very organized. It's not a case of just accumulating for the sake of accumulating. So we think that's a really good place to be, and a lot of our growth has been fueled by being in that. And our IPO has introduced something new to the market, and I think that's made us sort of very attractive. They've increased conversations.
And I get it, and I think that's a beautiful place to be. I mean, I've thought a lot about this as well, and I've thought about the travails of the big four as well, because there's no doubt about it. They're going through a tough time as well. You can just see it from their graduate training programs getting delayed or scuppered in parts and what have you. But why wouldn't they, in their search for growth, try to inhabit the same part of the market as you?
I think the barrier to entry, and it will be a case of them re-entering that white space,
yes,
is very high, because you scale up and you define your market position and you build your infrastructure around that. So yes, absolutely. I'm sure, great minds sitting in various towers and
they're only over the road, Deloitte, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And looking at that space.
Yeah.
But we're in there, the brand is there.
Yes.
We're winning clients in that space. So yes, absolutely. But we're not faced by competition. Competition is healthy.
And you guys are still in London Wall.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll pop down to Baker Tilly's offices to do some work for me 30 odd years ago, so it shows how old I am. Rakesh, it's been brilliant, and I think we've learned a lot, so thank you so much, and please become a regular so we can come and learn more about MHA and the space that you inhabit. So thank you, sir.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Rakesh Shaunak, who is the chair of MHA.